Surprising to most, the island of Aruba, while part of the Caribbean, lies less than 100 miles north of the coast of Venezuela in South America. Even more surprising is that Aruba is part of the Kingdom of the Netherlands. All of its citizens are legally Dutch nationals, and get this, they are also citizens of the European Union. The major access of Aruba is northwest to southeast. The international airport Queen Beatrix lies almost dead center on its western coast. You can divide Aruba in half, north-south at the airport. Immediately to the north of the airport is the capital city of Orangestad. Most of the popular tourist areas and cruise terminals are in the north. As this map shows, most of the large name-brand hotels and resorts are to be found in the north, as are many of the timeshare resorts Aruba has to offer. The farther north along the western coast you travel, the taller the buildings. Closer to Oranjestad, the many resorts are likely to be low to mid-rise. Tourism constitutes a major part of Aruba's economy. With this trip, Wendy and I are returning for the first time in almost 8 years. We weren't surprised by the new hotels and resorts that dot the island, but we were surprised how much tourism has declined. Pre-pandemic, there was no shortage of airlines and flights serving Aruba. Post-pandemic, Aruba is still served by the major airlines, but there are fewer nonstop flights from fewer cities, and the airport is no longer crowded at international arrivals with wave after wave of arriving flights. Navigating the car rental stalls is no longer the speed bump it once was. In years past, we stayed at the Marriott properties in the north of the island, and once at a popular coastal timeshare resort just north of Orangestad at Eagle Beach. On this occasion, we split the distance and selected an AirBNB at one of the larger high-rise apartment complexes overlooking the western beaches. In this video, we're dividing the island into zones to give you a flavor of what each geographic area has to offer. We even include the extreme southern part of the island, which most video tours overlook, to show you one of the prettiest beaches we've ever seen. Like Wendy is fond of saying, let's take a tour. Our first stop is Eagle Beach. Perhaps the best part of our AirBNB accommodation is its view of Eagle Beach. Looking directly west, out over the Caribbean Sea, provided a spectacular sunset every evening. At the north end of Eagle Beach, our perch in the tall building provided an unencumbered view all the way to Eagle Beach's southernmost point. Flying our drone from the south end of Eagle Beach toward the La Cabana Resort highlights the wide expanse of soft sand extending to the water's edge. By contrast, moving north toward our building and beyond, and Eagle Beach is transformed with vegetation and a rocky shore. Directly opposite our building, you can see what must have been a boat launch carved into the rock. Not only did our AirBNB give us a great view of the beach, it was beautiful inside as well.
Hey there, here we are in our AirBNB. Have a nice bedroom. Ensuite bathroom. Has a nice big shower stall. Washer and dryer. Just enough kitchen when you're on vacation. Because most of the time we're going to be outside, and there's the beach. So there you go.
The view from our balcony was beautiful both during the day and at night. All beaches in Aruba are public beaches. Seats and palapas provided by the hotel resorts on Palm Beach are private property, however. Why point this out? Unlike Eagle Beach, which has a unique public character, Palm Beach reflects the hotel resorts perched right on the sand. Yes, you can find bathers on Palm Beach who are not staying at a nearby hotel resort. But for the most part, if you plunk yourself down on the sand on Palm Beach, you'll be hanging with a different crowd. And the Palm Beaches fronting the hotel resorts will have hotel security. This is neither a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a thing. But hey, I can't say I've ever visited a bad beach in Aruba. Now this might sound like we prefer Eagle Beach over Palm Beach. Not so. Love them both. Just each has a different vibe. The main drag in Palm Beach is very commercial with few signs of the beach. There are more high-rise hotels and resorts, more eateries, definitely more bars, and aside of the downtown area, this is a shopper's mecca. What about parking? If you're staying at a hotel resort in Palm Beach, then that's where you'll park. If you're not, then you'll have to hunt down a public parking space. Don't be surprised when you have to pay for parking. Many of the hotel resorts charge their residents for parking too. The commercial district of Palm Beach is always busy, although late afternoons and evenings are particularly active. No one visits or stays in Palm Beach to get away from the crowds. Next is the area north of Palm Beach. We'll begin at the California Lighthouse. This is one of the high spots on the island, and along the shore, lesser developed than either Palm or Eagle Beach. The sunset views from the lighthouse are outstanding. The area surrounding the lighthouse is largely undeveloped. A 360-degree circle of view reveals the raw nature that remains intact here. In recent years, however, a golf course and several upscale housing developments can be found slightly east of the shoreline and south of the plateau. While still on the plateau and across from the lighthouse is one of the island's better-known restaurants, Faro Blanco. The views from the restaurant's dining rooms, both inside and out, look down past Palm and Eagle beaches. Not quite a hairpin descent, the winding roadway down from the plateau returns to the flatland and several beach communities that extend south to Palm Beach. These beach communities feature mostly single and multiple family residences, the occasional B&B or guest residences, all of which are low-rise and many can be found right on the beach. Still others are located on the opposite side of the roadway, just a short walk to some of the nicest beaches Aruba has to offer. And yes, there is some public parking. Jumping to the south end of the island is where we find Baby Beach. The drive south from Orangestad clearly isn't a tourist zone. The homes are far more modest and clearly house the island's permanent residential population. The small towns along the way are all about local business meeting local needs. If you follow the signs to Baby Beach, you'll pass through residential compounds, open lots, and land. There's even an oil refinery nearby in the island's prison. And then without warning, the view gives way to Baby Beach. On our flight back to the U.S., we were seated with a couple who lives part of the year in the area north of Palm Beach. We mentioned Baby Beach, and one of the couples said, "Yes, Baby Beach is beautiful, but you won't like it there." We realized on the drive to Baby Beach that we were beyond the tourist zone where real Arubians live their daily lives. If traveling outside of a resort area makes you uncomfortable, then a visit to Baby Beach may not be for you. However, in our opinion, to pass up a visit to Baby Beach is to miss out on one of the island's treasures. You gotta go.
Oh,
So here we are. We're at Baby Beach, which is on the southern end of Aruba. Now, most of the videos that we've seen about Aruba never come to the south end of the island. So we thought that this might well be worth the trip. And I have to tell you, this is maybe the most beautiful beach I've seen on Aruba. What do you think?
I think that's true. I'm just disappointed I didn't bring my snorkel gear along because I see people coming in and out of the water with snorkeling stuff. So that's a little disappointing, but geez, it's a beautiful beach.
It
It's
is.
very remote to get here. We came through a lot of cacti and just desolate areas to get here, but apparently it's well known by locals because there are people here.
There are quite a few people here. It's not the most prosperous part of Aruba, but for instance, just right behind us, off screen, is a refinery
Of something.
of something. I think it's a fuel refinery, but I wouldn't bet on it. So the building here is very uneven, but I mean, don't look inland. Look out to this beautiful vista.
And there are lots of signs up that they're going to be building out this way. So I guess that, coming sometime.
Yeah, but this is just a beautiful beach.
Yes.
Yeah,
Sand is lovely.
it is. And they have these nice palapas all along the beach itself. And in a minute, we're going to go investigate what looks to be like a restaurant that's just on the beach, but a little bit north.
Yes.
Okay?
Okie doke. Let's go. Let's go check it out.
Okay. The capital of Aruba is the port city of Orangestad. If you have traveled to port cities and tourist zones, you are undoubtedly familiar with the cruise terminal and the retailers commonly found wherever cruisers make landfall. Oranjestad has all of that. Plus, there are luxurious resort hotels, upscale shopping malls, street stalls and shops, a yacht basin and a marina, casinos, and as befits a capital city, Aruba's Parliament building. Now, there aren't many cities in the U.S. where you would find the seat of government. In this case, the Arubian Parliament, right in the midst of the casinos. But small island, everything is cheek to jowl. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the Parliament building. The original capital of Aruba is Savaneta, located south of Orangestad along the western coast. Savaneta is its own tourist zone of sorts, which we are told appeals to the large number of Dutch nationals who vacation in Aruba. On our last 2 days in Aruba, we opted to eat at a favorite locals eatery, Zeerover, Dutch for privateer. Zeerover only offers what was caught that same day, typically shrimp, fresh fish, plus French fries. You place and pay for the order. Following purchase, the food is prepared and served family style on a large deck looking over the shore. The food was outstanding, best shrimp and fries ever.